I was so ballsy when I was 18, and now I'm like, spread equal, I'm alive but I'm dead. If you're squeamish, don't look.
Good morning, guys. It is, what is it, June 24th today, I think. I have a scary day ahead of me. I'm getting my IUD taken out. That's number one. That's what I'm most scared about. And then I have a couple other doctor's appointments and things that you just have to do when you're in your early 20s as a female. I just wanted to bring you guys along for my day today because I don't know how I'm gonna feel. I've had this IUD for 4 years. I got it when I was 18 and I'm 22 now. I'm just in a stage in my life right now where I just want to be in my body. I don't want to have any foreign objects in me. I don't want to be on any hormones. I did a parasite cleanse this spring to just like cleanse my body. I'm very cautious of who I let near me and who I let in my space. I'm just feeling very like sacred and protective of myself and my energy. And another part of that to really like fully encompass everything that I wanted to get out of it was to get my IUD taken out, because I was in a relationship for like I was in two different ones for cumulatively probably 3 years, and then that's why I got it. And I enjoyed the process, the insertion. I was not prepared. I was not prepared, nowhere near prepared. Worst experience of my life, I'll say that. It was like, it felt so invasive. My girl was so rushed, and I just felt so like not prepared, not well supported, not a fun time. But am I happy I had it the last 4 years? Yeah, it was great. My periods were a lot lighter. I was less crampy. I never experienced any like acne, weight gain, breakouts, anything like that. I just noticed like my actual cycle was a little bit different because I had a really heavy cycle beforehand. So anyways, all encompassing. Today, I don't know how I'm gonna feel. One of my girlfriends is taking me. Aggie, love you. I'm a little nervous. I've heard that getting it out hurts less than getting it in. So hopefully that is true. Hopefully that is true. I just wanted to like bring you guys along with me, talk about this, because I feel like this is not something that is talked about enough on social media and just in general, like women's health, women's pelvic health, women's reproductive health, women's everything health. This is my story with it, so I gotta get ready. I gotta brush my face. I gotta brush my teeth, wash my face, get ready for the day. So let's get going.
Baby? Arcadia? Mama? Where are you? Hi, good morning. This is so cool. It like tracks your face. Look.
So like, what's happening right now?
I'm filming my IUD. I'm getting my IUD taken out today. Did I tell you that?
Yeah.
I'm filming that experience because I'm a little scared. By little, I mean like a lot scared.
It's gonna be great.
Big girl. Big strong girl. We need to get moving here too. We need to rumble, but I'm very nervous. I just took Advil. I don't usually take like ibuprofen, acetaminophen, things like that, but I'm not messing around. I was so ballsy when I was 18, and now I'm like, anything that's like invasive or just doctors, dentists, I get so nervous now. So anyways,
do you want me to go over again the part that I was telling you about a PAP?
Sure,
Just
yeah.
so that in case Cancer Care Ontario now recommends that you start a PAP only at age 25. Or it's only for folks that are 21 if they're also immunocompromised. So if you're not immunocompromised,
I have an autoimmune disease. I have celiac disease, so
okay.
I don't know how.
Doesn't still count.
Yeah.
It's like we talk about like serious immunocompromised like organ transplants or being on medications that would cause immunosuppression. Suggest waiting till 25 because the reason it was switched from 21 to 25 is because there's more frequent false positives or things that come up that require more like biopsies and intervention that end up being nothing at all.
Yeah.
So that's why we suggest waiting till 25. But if you wanted me to do it, I can do it.
If you feel like I don't need one, then I trust you. I trust your opinion. But at the same time, I'm also like, here, might as well get everything done and do it. But the process wasn't really explained, so I didn't know what to expect. And in turn, it just felt like really invasive, really rushed, really like,
Yeah.
okay, boom, goodbye. And I was like, wait,
Yeah.
what just happened? Like, what can I expect?
Yeah.
So that was as far as like the
Like the lead up to it.
yeah, everything as a whole just wasn't, I guess, supported, or just a very supportive environment. Also very impressed with this clinic's like, everything was very
Good.
smooth and professional and supportive.
Okay.
So I was like, this is
Amazing.
great. Yeah, I just wanted to be like with my own hormones for a little bit, because when I got it inserted, I also had just been diagnosed with an autoimmune disease.
Okay.
So my hormones through that were really out of whack and just like, not regulated. So I wanted to get it out just to be with my own hormones for a bit, have those regulated, and see how they are like from 18 in comparison to 22.
Generally though, with a Mirena, a lot of people will get so much lighter of a period to the point where they don't get a period. So I'm wondering if yours might be the Kylena. I guess it'll be like, we'll find out when it comes out.
We'll find out. But sometimes like there was periods, literally periods that sometimes I would have and sometimes I wouldn't. Like 1 month it's heavy, 1 month it's light. Every like 3 to 4 months I'll have a really heavy period. But generally speaking, it's pretty light. So it's fairly regulated, but I'm also a very active person, so it depends how much I'm training, how much I'm moving, how stressed I am. All those things also play a factor.
Okay, and not a lot of cramping.
No, nothing to be concerned about, I'd say. Like sometimes I can feel cramping, especially around ovulation, or if there was like a sexual interaction of some course. Sometimes afterwards. Leading up to period for sure. But nothing like when I got it inserted. Nothing that bad.
Makes sense. Sounds good. Like, don't say anything. I'm also happy to stay silent.
I'm scared.
But generally, most people find that it is better to know, because then that reduces the trauma of the procedure, right? Because you actually know what's happening before it happens.
How is it in comparison to getting inserted? Because I've heard better and worse that it's getting out is easier, but in my head I'm like, it's going in like that, so it's easier, but then on the way out it's like scraping the sides and coming out. I don't know.
No, because the cervix is small, right? Like it is like a tiny tube out of which we're pulling it out. But essentially it's like it has to actually like close to come back out. So it's not coming out like as a T. It does close again. That being said, most people will find that it's so much of a better experience coming out. Generally, the reaction is, "Oh, you're done," and I'm like, "Yep, we're all done. It's all over." So that's generally the reaction. Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Women's health, love it. I also can't believe I'm filming this for the internet. I'm alive, but I'm dead. Like spread equal. Like this is so. Okay. If you're squeamish, don't look. It's cleaned, everything is fine. But she gave it back to me. I had, what did she say? Kylena? There's 2 hormonal ones. There's Kylena and Mirena. I had Kylena. I think your period is just different with it. That was inside of me. That was literally inside of me. Isn't that fucking crazy? Anyways, I'm keeping this, and yeah, I'm gonna keep that. But honestly, such a painless process. Like taking out a dry tampon hurt more than that. Honestly speaking, there was pressure from the speculum. Goes in, opens it. She just gives a little tug and right out. Like not painful at all. Honestly, I also did this just because I think I've already said this, but I want to be with my hormones for a little bit. She did say that my periods will probably be a little bit heavier. So whatever my heavy period was like with the IUD, that's what my normal periods will be like now. Not ideal if I'm training or racing or riding. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe just have to take different types of medication and figure it out when we get there. But all encompassing experience, very seamless, very painless, like just uncomfortable, but the more questions you ask and the more educated you are on it, I always find that helps. For anyone curious, I went to Shore Clinic in Waterloo. They do tons of different female pelvic floor health. They do abortions, IUD insertions, birth control, IUD removals, STD testing, all the things, pap smears, like everything women's health they do here. And everyone at the front was super nice. My doctor was super nice. She explained everything you guys heard. Yeah, now I think we're gonna go to the gluten-free bakery because I deserve a damn cookie after that.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, bakery haul. This is a certified gluten-free bakery. Hi, if you didn't know, I have celiac disease, but it's so good. Even like
it's so good.
It's so good.
I don't need gluten-free, and
it's still so good. I got an ice. Okay, hi, hello. It is now, what time is it? It's close to 1. I think it's like 12:55. I have a meeting at 1 with one of my brand managers for an upcoming campaign that, fingers crossed, they want to work with me for. I'm really excited about this one, and yeah, I just really hope that it all works out. But I'm gonna check in after. My camera's also about to die. But I wanna share just, it also looks like I'm naked. I have a top on, I promise.
Anyways, I have this call for probably like an hour, and then I want to sit down and chat about like my whole IUD experience and just the things that I've noticed, the changes I've seen. Haven't noticed anything in the last half an hour, maybe just like a little bit of cramping, but yeah, I'm gonna have this call and then I want to check in with you guys later and just talk about my entire experience having an IUD.
Okay, hi guys. It's a couple days since we've checked in, but I wanted to come down to the doc in a very peaceful and tranquil setting and just answer some of the questions you guys had surrounding like birth control, IUDs, all that sort of stuff. You guys had a lot of questions, so thank you for that. I'm also going to start this off by saying I don't believe in TMI. I just think that there's information, and if that makes you uncomfortable, that's your problem. That is your journey to discover. Training while on birth control. This is a fantastic question. Hi, if you didn't know, my name's Karis. I raced in competitive cycling for like 12 years, and I just stopped in the past couple years just to focus on my health, and training at the level that I was training at requires so much time, energy, and effort, and I just wanted to live a normal life for a little bit and try other things. So anyways, as far as training on birth control, I know a lot of girls struggled with this because when you're taking birth control in the pill form, it's essentially giving you a false period, and I know a lot of girls ended up stopping having a period in its entirety, and that caused a lot of like developmental changes for them. They were fatigued a lot, almost feeling like you're going through puberty for a long duration because that's almost what your body's like tricked into thinking. Okay, hi guys. It's about a week after I filmed that last part, and honestly the wind was so bad in those clips that I'm just scrapping them because I couldn't even listen to them to edit them. But I have all of your questions here, and I figured we'd go through the rest of them. And now that I've also had it out for like a week, I'm starting to feel those hormonal shifts and those fluctuations and just my mood and my energy and all those sorts of things. But going back to the tampon tips, honestly, I think that really just comes down to learning your anatomy, because my mom has never had a daughter before. I'm her only child, and she didn't have the best relationship with her mom. So when it came time to like start learning about tampons, how to use them, where to put them, how this all works, she was really uncomfortable, and I had to figure it out for myself. So it took a lot of self-discovery and just finding what worked for me and doing my own research, like looking it up on the internet. Another huge part of tampons is knowing that there's different sizes. I did not know. I started out using supers and I did not need those. So knowing that there's different sizes, I always like to use a smaller size and change it more frequently because it also keeps it more dry. And I will not be caught dead with a damp environment down there, because that is how you get infections. And being a competitive cyclist for a majority of my life, I've dealt with everything across the board when it comes to that sort of thing. So yeah, the biggest thing with tampons is honestly learning your anatomy, asking questions, doing your own research, and just knowing that there's different sizes and keeping it dry. Trust me. Another gal asked, what are your thoughts on the Diva Cup? Personally, I've never used one because I've never had to. My periods were always super light with having an IUD. However, I do know a couple of my girlfriends use them and they love them. They think they're great. It's also environmentally friendly, it's more sustainable, and it's also, they find that it keeps things cleaner, drier, more hygienic, you could say. I do think it takes a little bit of practice, and with that there are also different sizes, so make sure you find one that fits your needs. But I feel like I might end up getting one soon, because I feel like my periods are going to start to be heavier now that I'm off this IUD. But yeah, I can't speak a whole lot on it. I do know my girlfriends love them though. What were your periods like with an IUD? So I feel like I've said this a little earlier, but my periods were pretty light and they just lasted for a longer duration. So I think I would have bleeding for like 2 to 3 days and then just spotting afterwards as everything like cleared out. And it took my body, I want to say 6 months to actually get like a regulated period. Like sometimes I would have a really heavy one, sometimes it would be really light, and then other times I just wouldn't have a period. I think there was like a 3-month span that I didn't have a period, which, as you can imagine, can be a little bit stressful. Honestly, a huge part of that was because of the amount that I was training at the time. I was under a lot of stress and also in exams at school, so those all played a factor in how I was feeling as well. How would you rate your IUD experience? I'm debating on getting one because I'm done with the pill and I've heard a lot of good things, but I'm scared about the insertion process. Okay, girl, I'm not gonna lie to you, the insertion process was absolutely horrid. Mine was very rushed. The girl knew what she was doing, but I just didn't feel like supported. I think I said that earlier in the video too. I just didn't feel supported in the whole process, and it felt very invasive. However, I do know clinics are now offering like laughing gas, anesthesia, all those sorts of medications just to help to make the process a little bit easier, because it is very painful and it is very invasive. Like you're hanging out like deep up in here. Like that's, oh my god, a man could never. Honestly, I had a great time with my IUD. I think it was great. I really just wanted it out because I didn't want any foreign objects in me. I was just in a time, I feel like I already said that, but honestly, I loved my IUD. My periods were really great. It was a lot more manageable, and I didn't have to buy tampons all the time. My periods were also pretty regular. I'd say like every 28 to 32 days I would have my period. It didn't get like those deep, agonizing cramps anymore. I just got like a couple like sharp shooting. I'd be like, oh, gotta sit there for a second and like let it disperse, and then it was good. I also found I got like those back pains. You know, like the back to the front pain? It would be like for like 10 minutes sometimes. But other than that, it was great. Honestly, I really enjoyed my IUD, and if I were to be on birth control again, I would probably get another IUD. I never changed who I was. Like, I know some people say that they're a completely different human being when they take birth control in the pill form or when they get the shot. And I just found that this was, one, the most protective way to not get pregnant, and also it just worked the best with me and my body. How have you been feeling after you've gotten your IUD out? I've heard some people feel amazing afterwards, but then other people feel like people regret getting it out because of how bad that they feel. So funny you say that. Today's Tuesday. I think I'm 8 days now, and the first 2 days were fine. I think just because my body didn't really know what had happened yet. And then 3 to 4 days in, I was so freaking tired, guys. Like, I have never been more tired in my life. Like, no amount of sleep felt like it was enough. I would wake up groggy every single day. I could sleep for 12 hours and feel like I had slept for 2. Like, it was crazy. I was a zombie throughout the day. A boat's gonna go by. After I started to feel tired, my legs started to get achy. So like all at the top of my legs here, it was like muscle aches, and then knees, bones, calves, ankles were just so achy the past few days. And I was like, okay, you know what, we're just gonna take a little bit of time off of movement because I don't want to push my body and hurt it. And then I just kind of had to accept that this is how I was going to feel for a little bit. I've taken ibuprofen. I don't usually like taking ibuprofen because I have an autoimmune disease and it just doesn't sit well in my stomach. My body kind of rejects it. I tried that. I tried rolling my legs out. Nothing really helped it. And then today, actually, I went to the gym. I just did some light movements. I did like light full body, not pushing any crazy weight. That made me feel so much better. I also went for a light bike ride the other day. That also helped a lot. So honestly, I would just say bringing oxygen-rich blood supply to your body whenever you start to feel achy, that helps a lot. And then I was also really moody, but not moody and like super high, super low, super high, super low. I was just like tired and my body hurt, so naturally I'm feeling a little cranky. I haven't noticed any like cravings, sugar, salt cravings. I'm pretty regulated on that front. If anything, maybe like a lack of appetite, but I also think that's because I haven't been moving my body as much. So there's a lot of factors kind of at play, but generally speaking, I'm feeling happy and I'm still feeling very happy with my decision. I just got cut off because my camera is about to die, so I'm gonna make this outro super quick, but I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it was probably a little different than anything I've ever filmed before, but honestly, I love filming this sort of stuff. I love being open and vulnerable and raw with you guys as much as possible. I hope I answered lots of your questions. If you have any more, please feel free to reach out to me. I am super open and honest about all of this stuff, and I feel like the best way to bring awareness to it is by talking about it. So please take this as a reminder to take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys next time.